Welcome, Poonam, to the hashtag Marketer Talks.
Thank you so much, Sam. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me
Right.
to this very valuable forum that you are, a community that you're driving to encourage the younger lot into the marketing world. I'm
Thank
happy
you.
to be here.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for kind words. To start with, no, we would love to have if you can share your journey with us.
Yeah, journey has been super interesting. So, I come with at the back of your mind, you are a creative person, right? So, my journey started after my MBA. I basically belong to a place called Gwalior in Madhya Pradesh. I'm sure a lot of people would know. I finished my education and then I had two options, either to go to Delhi or Bombay to pursue my career, right? And I decided to come to Mumbai because of, there are a lot of fallacies, or there are a lot of dreams associated with a large city. And I'm talking about when I shifted in 2001. So it's damn 21 years, right? You always want to take up challenges that are difficult to achieve, and that's the very big instinctive mind of I would say, a person who is very aggressive and wants to achieve things in life. And when you are just out of your college, that is exactly your thought process. You want to win the world. So for me, it was a natural progression to come and shift to Mumbai because I knew it is the second most expensive city in the world, right? And to be able to survive, that's what people around me said, that most of the people come here and then you face the survival instincts of being able to on your own feet, and that's very important. So my journey started with my career beginning with today it is Vodafone. In 2001, it was Orange, the telecom industry. So from Orange, then it became Hutch, then it was today it is Vodafone. So I joined Orange at that time, 2000, beginning of 2002, after completion of my studies, and I was a part of the value-added services team. Being a newcomer in the marketing field. So value-added services team was all about designing packages for corporates, and being creative about what offers can you embed and the basics of marketing. I enjoyed my work. While I was working, I had a lot of friends around here because a lot of my family members are basically from Mumbai, right? So it was very easy for me to kind of settle down. I accompanied some of my friends for where they were invited for an audition, and I happened to be approached by people to get into acting. So
Interesting.
I went back and I said, "Hey, I have a job. I have a 5-day job. I really can't do this." They
Right.
said, "Okay, when are you free?" I said, "Okay." And imagine the embarrassment because the people with whom I went, they all are sitting and they are like, they want to do that. And here it came. So I would say I was super lucky. So I said, "I'm free on Saturday, Sundays." They said, "Okay, we'll only shoot on Saturday, Sundays." So I said, "Okay, now this is getting serious because now it is about just doing it the way I want." And actually, I finished, it was a hit serial of 90s called Urmila. 2001 2 was all about DD1. I did that for around 35, 38 episodes. We had the success party. It went off very well. And what my learning, why am I even mentioning this? Because I come with the background of hosting, comparing, all that we had done during college time, right? And then the acting part. I realized that how much we learn in our education. And I also realized that every segment or field requires you to have that killer mindset of application. A lot of times we study, but we don't apply. A lot of times we want to learn new things, but we just learn it for the certificate purposes. Everything in the world, if you want to achieve something, is about application and achieving your results. So it was pretty challenging. 5 days of office work, 2 days of back-to-back shooting, no breaks at all, and everywhere it is about delivering. Everywhere it is about you being known as a performer, right? So it
Yes.
takes a lot of your hard work, but it was all possible, I would say. What this change, and I left it after 38 episodes because my responsibilities at workplace also increased. And here, then they said that your part is doing well, so we want to increase now. It cannot just happen on Saturday, Sunday. That's what it. So I had to decide whether I want to continue there or build my corporate career, and I decided to build my corporate career. And then it was straight single-minded approach. So what I'm trying to say is, when you start your career, you would definitely look at different options coming in front of you. There is no one option, right? That's why it's the name, the word is option. Evaluate, go through the experience. There is no expert who can just come and fit into your life and say this is the right thing for your life. ऐसा कोई है ही नहीं. Even your parents can't do that, because your journey, your experience, your pitfalls, your failures, your successes will define you who you are. And it is very important to go through the journey. While I used to shoot, I realized whatever I have studied, I am not able to apply here. This is a very different skill set. And I was able to do because I also worked with All India radio station for a very long period as a courier. So it was little natural for me, but I could not see application of my studies there. So for me, I changed my, I would say, motto, because I said, okay, I have to first justify my application of studies and build a career. And if I'm not able to apply whatever I have learned better than anybody else, then I must not be in that field, because there would be somebody else who has done better learning in that field where tomorrow I might not succeed. That was my fear. So for me, the learning of MBA, the learning of my business administration, and I took that route to proceed ahead. But experiencing was very important, and experiencing helped me evaluate and be decisive in my own life. Post that, I have worked with a number of organizations, but if you look at my profile by design, I have never joined competition of a business. Because I said I again have two options. Either I can be an entrepreneur, where I am, just committing myself, marrying to one business forever. That's what entrepreneurship is all about. Or if I want to learn a lot, then I must experience different businesses. If I'm in a bank, again get into another bank, then third bank. You have put in your heart and soul into one kind of business. You are done with your ideas. Now experience different. So that was my ideology. So I started with telecom, got into heavy engineering, got into retail broking, then wealth management, then media industry. I was a part of New Indian Express for considerable time. And even in the BFSI space, it has been different businesses. So the last where I changed my job was for Aditya Birla Group, where I joined them as a chief marketing officer in 2013 for their 5 different lines of business. And the one was the digital arm, the My Universe that you know, right? So that's how it has been. Very interesting journey. It has been fulfilling journey. It has given me a lot of, I would say, gateway to think. And I still feel that I'm learning a lot. Learning has not stopped.
There are two takeaways that I had from your journey. The resemblance in a way, you shuffle between taking a final call between your acting and this corporate career, and B, what was same, getting selected into a good IT company and leaving that and starting my marketing from scratch. So it's amazing learning from you. And the second is a truly diversified profile that you carry now, which is a must, I must say, if you want to take up your corporate career in a way. So amazing. So hats off to you for that.
Thank you, sir. Thank
Moving
you.
forward, let's go to basics to your profile. As you mentioned about digital communication. So if you can please share in a quick bite sort of what it is and how to ensure we do it in a better way.
In today's day and age, digital communication is the only communication method, be it any type of, delivering your message. Right now, you and me are from 2 different cities and we are comfortably talking using the digital medium of Zoom. Possibly the pandemic opened so much of, the bandwidth of we changing our mindset very fast and realizing the fact that it is very important to be able to have the agile mindset. There is a change, there is a threat, there are opportunities, and you getting onto it with your strategy very fast. So if you are from the marketing field, I would say the disruption started happening from 2012 and 13. Because I remember 2008, Orkut came into the world. You remember Orkut, right? And I got connected to all my friends who are now shifted to US, and we said, "Oh wow, you can talk, free of cost. There is a medium." And 2012 was the time when we started looking at Facebook, Twitter, and all the digital mediums from business point of view. So the transition happened, and now I'm talking about 8 years ago. Now we are 8 years down the line, and thanks to there are few things that I actually go back and say thanks to the pandemics. Look, anything bad that happens in life, if you know how to bring out the best thing that happened because of that, I think the life becomes easy. So I keep telling my teams also that the sky is going to fall. Don't think it is going to be hunky dory. The grass is always greener on the other side. You're not going to have perfect life. There is nobody with a perfect life. You will have challenges, and you are into challenges, and you need to figure out what is your takeaway, which you will take out from that and create a difference in your life or other people's life. So pandemic could help us think so fast. Pandemic could help us agree to the fact that we have to think fast. Some people, it is
Yeah, yeah,
difficult to think
absolutely.
fast, right? It is
Yeah,
difficult to accept the change.
true.
So a lot of things to say. I still remember some of my team members who said we don't know how to log in because they are from a different, profile is very different. They don't need to be doing these things. Like for example, somebody who's into creatives would not possibly understand the ways of shifting one creative to another using something which is faster than WeTransfer. Or are there software tools that we can use to enhance our productivity?
That's
So
right.
last 1 year was a complete shift. I would say a paradigm shift in the ways we have been doing and we have been thinking of businesses. Digital communication, the question you've asked me, is the only way of, and in fact, the campaign support Saturdays is all about digitally supporting people to find jobs faster by using the influencer marketing in the most meaningful way. So, in today's time and age, you must know how the world is functioning. If you think that Facebook is for connecting with your friends, then my friend, you are thinking different because Facebook is very much about you enhancing your business also. So if you're into marketing, you must know all the social platforms and you must know how to deal and be able to be effective in them.
That's right. That's right. Absolutely. And since it's been a gizmo year, as you rightly mentioned, now that everything is online, and we are also, and it's been a fortunate that at least we are having meeting. Otherwise, could have been a difficult task for me. So, what would be your content strategy? Understanding now things have been thoroughly online, for a brand.
Absolutely. See, what pandemic did is it shrunk or contracted the economy, global economy by 4.4%, the last number that I have. But at the same time, it helped us globally to push the digital transformation in all the businesses. So it all accelerated the different ways of doing business. Now, when the businesses are getting done in different ways, as marketeers or as people who are behind the brand, taking care of the brand and then going to the customers, we all had to learn a lot of things which are new. I could not visualize my home a year ago without Alexa. And today, usually in all the homes, you have Alexa, right? I'm so sorry. Alexa is a part of your homes, right? So when you say gizmo, it is not going to be a phenomena or something that is happening as a trend. It is going to be life. You're
Right.
talking about smart homes now. You're talking about smart services now. You're talking about customer journeys that are just on the phone now, right? You're getting your food through Zomatos and Swiggy in the most easiest way. And that's how the business transformation has happened. So Gizmo is not a trend, is what I'm trying to say. Gizmo is going to be a part of life. You have Elon Musk thinking of taking us to Mars and shifting us there. So that's how the world is going to move. And AI has already disrupted lives. AI has already disrupted businesses. So it is very crucially important. And when I speak to students also, I feel that as of now, the studies are not doing as much as justice. So thanks to platforms like yours, where we can come and talk about our own challenges that we are facing because of lack of ways of learning things immediately in a faster way or coming on platter. We have to go and search. I 20 years ago when I started, I knew I had to do MBA. But today the students are very confused. Okay, if I have to do digital marketing course, where do I need to do? How is the marketing profile today?
Right.
Am I
Right.
being selected by a bot who is looking at my CV? because a lot of bots are actually profiling your CV before it reaches the recruiter. So knowing digital ways of living in today's time is going to be crucial.
That's right. That's right. You rightly mentioned that this the transformation has been a fast, quite fast, in fact. Right. So, taking a little diversion here, uh, uh, what is easy according to you? Building a product or scaling it up with a vision?
That's an interesting question. There's nothing easy. Sam, there's nothing
That's
easy.
obvious. That's obvious. That's obvious. So,
See, I put it this way. If you're building a product, then ultimately, what is your goal? You're not building to submit in your college as a submission, right? You're building a product because you want to make money out of it.
absolutely.
So my learning has been that you might be having a very kick-ass idea, but it is very important to have that whiteboard where you put that idea, the execution plan, and what you want to achieve, and whether the environment system is going to support that achievement or no. As entrepreneurs or startups, the most important thing, and today, even as marketeers, we think like that. We think like startups because ultimately we have to give back the ROIs to the departments, the ROIs to the salespeople, the ROIs to the management. It is extremely important to look at your product because a lot of people can have ideas
True.
and execution capabilities and building that entire change till the end and looking at it as if it's a third party, you know, cynical, critical evaluation that we have to do. We are very attached to ideas. As a marketer, I have been attached to my ideas where I don't want, my baby is the best. That's the world. That's how the
Absolutely.
world works. But it is important to put the baby in front and say, okay, how does this baby look in front of the world? So, to answer your question, nothing is easy, but having the vision to look at it till the end ensures that you achieve success.
Yeah, I think that's the fundamental. I think you have touched the basics at the end. So I think with that we can have a good clarity. Wonderful, wonderful. Taking a little further to that, because I have reading your profile about the myuniverse.co.in that you were engaged from the started up. So how one should build a product? What are the things that one should take care of before jumping up that I need to do something to build a product?
Sam, as I said, when you're building a product, you must visualize it till the
So yeah,
how it will look to a customer.
right.
If you're able to visualize that, if your visualization of the journey of I thinking of a product and the delivery mechanism, which is the execution, and then the experience, which is the customer experience. Today, the world and digitally transformed, you can say the arena and the era, the world has moved from I having a product and I now building leads for it. It's the other way around. You look for sharply what is not there in the market, right? What is the need that is not getting fixed right now? And if that need exists, you go back, roll back and say, okay, I have this idea and now I'm going to be building my product, keeping the customer experience in mind. The world has moved far away from we calling somebody and saying, hey, I am planning to buy a fridge and which brand I should be looking at. We go and we have plethora of reviews right online available. So, that calling your friend and calling your chacha ji and calling your mami ji and saying, how is your fridge doing is now shifted to what the world is speaking about. So product philosophies are very different today.
Right.
And especially in the BFSI sector, the product differentiation is very bleak, unfortunately, because of the regulations and because of how financial products are seen in the market. So ultimately, it comes down to service levels. It comes down to experience of the customer. And everybody is trying hard to ensure the experience is smooth and seamless.
That's right. That's right. So there is an aspect that has been continuously been discussed around branding, that it is not ROI driven, or probably when it comes to put up budgets into branding, there is lot of discussion starts around what will be the performance aspect of it and all that. Would you like to defend this, or would you like to share some performance matrices for it?
I have been defending it forever.
Okay.
Why? Because look, we have tasted blood. And I want to say that. How we have tasted blood, we know that you put out an easy-going campaign quickly on Facebook, quickly on some social media platform, and you start getting leads. You have a customer journey ready, you have your funnels ready, you have your transition ready, and you start getting business. So when we have tasted blood, why should we even put one moolah on the brand? Sometimes the question is that. And if you're an arrived brand, then of course you don't want to do anything in the branding because you just want business to happen. In fact, I've also faced conversations where there were discussions about any spends on branding means our profitability coming down with
Yes.
that number.
Yes.
But let's look at some examples. OnePlus, the top brand, right? The top brand that has emerged in the mobile sector. How did they start their business? They did not spend any money on the marketing. They spent money on brand building, which is not connected to, there were no ads where I could go and pick up a OnePlus phone. It was only via references. They had the philosophy of inviting customers initially. When they launched the brand, that's how they did. And one friend said, hey, I'm referring you because it's a great product. OnePlus is OnePlus 3T and the 40s of the world, right? And that's how people started experiencing the product and saying, I am endorsing this product. It's a great phone. Another example, Zerodha. Zerodha initially started the retail broking house top. It's a unicorn in the broking industry. Just started 10 years ago and they have smashed the whole world. They jigged the entire economy of the broking retail and said, okay, here we have arrived and we have a beautiful product. We have a great platform. You don't need marketing. You know, they all started with a different philosophy of customer experience. Now that is a method of doing it. And what they are doing today, OnePlus has acquired Mr. Amitabh Bachchan to be the brand ambassador,
Right.
right? Today, Zerodha is everywhere, marketing.
Right.
So it is easy to say we will have a different route to go to market strategy. But if you want masses to buy your product, you need to build trust. You build trust not by having customer base, but by third parties giving brand endorsements to you, be it customers, be it celebs, be it influencers in today's world.
Right.
So if you just want to work in handful, small way, okay, go ahead. No need to put branding budgets. But if you want a mass game, you want to be a number one brand, then you have to earn trust. That comes with branding strategies.
That's right. Perfect. Perfect. Now, this question is basically a motivation or a push to the women members of our community. That being a woman, how would you be managing your work-life balance?
Why this question? Look, so I keep saying
Because
this.
no, let
I'm
me
in my
answer it.
office.
Let me answer it because I personally believe that women are way powerful, way more enthusiastic about anything that they do. So I believe you take more responsibilities than even the man. So on that note, why work-life balance? How work-life balance?
Look, Sam, I keep saying this that man, right now I'm sitting in my office, right? And this is my current bhumi in office, where I go to make a career, where I go to build my personal brand, where I go to earn money, where I go to earn what my future dreams are. And the moment I step into my house, I am a housewife, and that's what I say
Right.
because the responsibilities remain the same.
That's right.
Uh, and when we have this kind of a mindset, and that goes for my better half also, because he may be doing something very big in the world, but the moment we step into our home, we know that these are our responsibilities like any other person, right? And those are home responsibilities. So I think work-life balance is actually not a concept. See, when you have a career goal, when you want to go out, and I keep talking about why China is China and why India is India. Now, today, look at the concentration of equality. We are 48.5% women, as a population.
True.
But there are hardly women in the workforce. And that's why our economy is not growing. And look at China. China has the mindset that everybody has to work and contribute in the economy.
Perfect.
In our country, what happens is, unfortunately, when the economy is booming, the male partners go out and say, hey, I have got bonuses, I'm doing very well, मेरी salary ऊपर चली गई है, अब तुम घर पे बैठो. You don't need to work because I'm earning well. That mindset has to change because if both the partners equally in bad economy or good economy are working well, the country will be very different from what we are today. And we want to be the superpowers by 2030. I keep talking about this in my LinkedIn post that India has to look at the population. The power of a country is its population. Only if it is utilized in the right way. So I don't think work-life balance should be a concept. It's about having a goal and achieving that goal and living your life in a more meaningful way.
I think this is an answer that's been given to a man also. No, I think
Yes.
that is the way to look forward for the things. No, I really love the line you mentioned when you go to home and then that's your own responsibility too. I think, me being a man also, then I'm even saying this statement. Sometimes men gets easy around the things. So men's of the community, women's. So this is an answer that Poonam has perfectly mentioned it. Great. Poonam, something about your initiative hashtag V2. I was literally impressed with the way you took out this point on the LinkedIn and taking it forward. Something on that note too, please.
Sam, I have been wanting to start something like this since 2017, and good luck, bad luck, whatever. I could only achieve it in 2021 because growing in a very gradual manner. The Women's Day frenzy and everything good and very good and empowerment. Somewhere we were forgetting the ground realities, and every time I look at some statistics or data that comes from the corporate world, it used to trouble me. In BFSI, you have only 4% women sitting as CEOs. Are women not capable? We are constantly speaking about our capabilities, but we are not getting opportunities to prove that, is where I felt that it was very important. The organization I belong to, there are no women CEOs. I keep going back to the organization saying, why? Why don't you trust? But it is again about mindset, cultural change that yes, women can take up the question of work-life balance, the question of one being A gender and B gender, all those questions, I think it's 2021. We'll have to somewhere, bury those questions and say whoever is capable and can take that kind of stress, mental stress of delivering a kind of a performance should come forward and take it ahead. And everybody must come in support of that person. What happens is with women leaders, the support becomes a challenge because now your surrounding or your environment is challenging you. Let's see if you can do. They're not trusting you. So trust is something which is missing. And then the real issues that women face when they are moving up the ladder. I had many stories I was privy to. And of course, when I started this, it was zero challenge for me. I just thought that this Women's Day, I don't want to say my life is perfect, my life is best, women are empowered. No, I want to talk about the real issues now. And hence the V2 campaign, because it's not about one person facing it. It's about at large the community facing. In fact, Sam, the next V2 has got so much of response. Oh my God, it was only supposed to be Women's Day, but this is going to be now a monthly event.
Oh, lovely.
So every 8th, you will have a panel discussion happening, and I'm going to be conducting another one where we are talking about online harassment. So at this stage, I'm 41, right? After spending 21 long years in the corporate world, I have arrived at a stage where it's about giving back to the community or society. It is more meaningful presence in people's life.
Right.
And that's why the V2.
That's perfect. And I could literally see the proud feelings on your face when you were saying all this. It's amazing. It's amazing because that's how the inner urge that comes up. This is something absolutely perfect, amazing. Some quick bite about online events. There's a question related to marketing, and probably after that we'll move on to the fireside chat where we'll ask you for a one-word answer.
Oh.
This question is about online events. Do you find it virtual, or it is just a way to stay connected, or not having delivering value in terms of what we used to get as a part of networking while doing conferences, awards, and events and all? What is your take? Quick bite on that.
I think both are important, the yin yang, right? So we all are becoming accustomed to online ways of connecting with people, and it was so important because pandemic locked us for 3 months, Had it not been for the thanks to webinars, we would have died. It was so important to look at people.
Right.
How do you look at people? Okay, let's do a webinar. So I think everything has its importance. And just imagine, it was so easy for me to log in and talk to you,
True.
right? We just decided we'll come at 3 o'clock and we'll talk to each other. Had it been I have to travel to a place, I have to meet you. So I think the world has come very close because of thanks to online ways and thanks to Zoom, right? Both have its importance. The warmth that you get when you meet people, when you have dinner with people, cannot be replaced by online. But if you want something to be done fast, if you want to be, the way we are doing right now, I think both will coexist, and it has to be hybrid world in the time to come. So it is valuable.
Perfect. Perfect. The last question about marketing soul. How is the idea and your thoughts on this community initiative?
Look, you have been a software engineer and you have your career shift to marketing, and your passion has led you to bring the marketing community together. So hats off to you. I really like your initiative, and I'm happy to be honored to be on your show today. And also thinking from the point of view that we as professionals will spend some time, will be able to talk about our challenges, our growth factors, what we did in our career, what we did right, and so many things that we did not do right. If I am able to, from the horse's mouth, it is going out to people, it will help the younger generation, the students, to at least absorb that information. Because in your MBA programs, unfortunately, you don't have case studies.
Right.
You don't have. I sometimes travel to colleges and say that you must have real life case studies and not just entrepreneurial case studies, because everybody cannot be a startup or an entrepreneur.
Right.
What about the case studies of corporate people who are, how did they grow ahead? What were their challenges? What were their, sometimes you take some wrong calls. Many times you pick up a job that takes your career totally to downhill, or you pick up a job that takes you to some other level. So when the larger audience is corporate people working in an organization, their case studies should also be included. So I think you're doing a fantastic community work, I would say. And all the best to you and to your teams.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So I request you to be ready for this fireside round.
Oh my God.
So the first question is, who am I?
Who am I means who am, sorry.
One word. One word.
A proud woman.
Okay. Your current state of mind.
Warrior.
So that means there is something that you want to achieve in this quarter, maybe. Is it so?
Yes, I do want to. I do want to.
That's you are in love with.
I am in love with life.
Okay. Okay. Favorite food?
Oh God, gulab jamun.
Oh, the same.
Yeah.
Oh, I cannot live.
Whatever diet I am following, if there is gulab jamun, I forget everything.
Exactly.
I want to. I want to.
Lovely, lovely. Hangout place.
With my tribe, any place. I need to be with my people who I like to spend time with. Then any place.
Perfect. Amazing. That shows that truly personality that we are having on the show. Perfect. Last one. One thing without it you cannot live.
Ethics.
Wow. Thank you.
That's very important.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Poonam, for being with us on this show. It's been an amazing thoughts and wisdom of knowledge that we get from you. Really, thank you so much from core of my heart.
Thank you.
For giving us the time.
Thank you for inviting me, and I'm so honored to be on your show. And I wish you, your community, and all the students attached who are a part of Marketing Soul, wish them a beautiful life and a beautiful career ahead. And so do you also. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.